Back on the Chamber Report, time for our final segment here on member profiles, and we have saved the best for last. These are two incredible people. They are Liz and Tim Koch. They own the Mad Hatter, and I know you know where this place is because if you drive on Ferry Street, you've seen it. Even if you didn't know what it was, well, there's a sign there. I'm sure you saw it. But this is an old historic building. It's a wonderful facility. And 25 years they have been in play there. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the journey. And we're going to talk about some of the new chapters that are in play at the Mad Hatter. All of that is going to happen right now. Liz and Tim, how the heck are you?
Good.
Good.
It's been some times though. And I will just say this quickly. These are two massive chamber rock stars, volunteer for everything, help us out all the time. And they're trying to run a business, and I know they have this little guilt factor from time to time about, I couldn't get to that one, I couldn't do this. I get it, everybody gets it. But they support so strong, and we so appreciate that. And I'm not going to put you on the line and make your faces turn red anymore when it comes to that stuff. I want to talk about the Mad Hatter. You guys are celebrating the 25th year anniversary. What has that journey been like? Liz, I'll start with you.
Gosh. Well, first of all, it's gone in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
But when I started it in 99, I was divorced, 2 little kids, and then sold it in 2001 to Linda and Andrea Pomeroy, who ran it for 10 years. Met this handsome cat in that interim, got married, and we ended up purchasing it back. So that's kind of how that came about. And then, as most people know, relocated to the Woodbury house.
Yeah.
10 years ago, Mother's Day weekend, we opened 10 years ago there, and that has gone by in the blink of an eye. But it's been a journey. We've had our ups and downs, and we've morphed and changed with the times, and culture, and just all of the different things. And the Woodbury house, of course, is just such an appropriate place for a tea house. So,
it is.
Yeah.
But Tim, that keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Pretty busy.
Yeah, because you are constantly, there's stuff to do.
I'd be bored if there wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an old house. It's not a new build.
No.
It is historic, and so you've got your part in what is the pie that is the Mad Hatter. She's got her stuff. You've got your stuff. But it's working in 25 years. Congratulations to just the Hatter as it is, but especially for you guys in 10 years. Will the to-do list at that building ever be completed?
Never.
Never.
No. There's inside, outside, of course.
But you have a passion for that stuff, don't you?
Yeah. I like to bring it to the top, if it's at all possible.
Well, and you do that because I've been in it, I've been outside of it, I see it every day multiple times, and you are doing that building proud, and I know that the original owners of that building are looking down going, nicely done.
Thank you.
You bet.
You bet.
All right, so one of the things, Liz, that you mentioned is tides and flows and changes. And number one, for a business to be in business for 25 years, there is not a business out there who started with whatever that business was, day one, year one. If they've made it 25 years, there have been changes that have come with that, because otherwise it doesn't work. And I can tell you from my 37 years experience at the Chamber that is a true fact. And it's not that the business did anything wrong, it's that the world changed, the buying habits changed. And so that's happened at the Mad Hatter as well. So let's talk about some of the adjustments that are in play and why they were made and what they are.
Sure. So kind of the big buzz right now is, why did we take brunch away? Mm-hmm. And for everybody that loved it, we apologize and we get it. We won many awards for our brunch and we're very proud of that. But the challenge we got into was that we could only seat so many people in a day.
Right.
We had very long wait lists all of the time, people trying to get in. And then Tim worked so hard to keep those grounds beautiful, and we've spent a lot of time and money on beautiful gardens there that a very limited amount of people, especially local people, get to appreciate and enjoy.
Yeah.
And so since the pandemic, we all know that people don't plan life out that far in advance. We're kind of very spontaneous people now.
Yeah.
I feel like more than ever. And so between the pandemic and those things, and in the big vision, we always envisioned the Woodbury House and the Mad Hatter now being there as really kind of like a giant park. We want people there. We want those grounds utilized. We want people learning the rich history of the Woodbury House in Anoka. And that just wasn't happening to the level that we had anticipated. And so it just all kind of came together and made sense to take brunch away. So that happened in May when we do our annual Mother's Day tea, which lasts the whole entire month because there's just too many moms to celebrate than we can squeeze in one day or one weekend. So, but that was just a perfect timing because we don't have brunch or didn't have brunch in May. So it was just kind of a perfect time to, it was discontinued for that month and just stick with that, which parlays into the Mad Hatter Market, which people have heard a lot about, but are kind of tired of hearing about it now because we don't have it yet. It's not open, but it's still happening. So on our original plans and blueprints for the Woodbury House, there's a market in there. And it just never happened because brunch just exploded and the tea parties exploded even bigger than ever. So, so the market is happening. Some of the challenges are what everybody else is facing, with time, labor, cabinetry getting made, just all kinds of things, on top of being very mindful of the history and not damaging what we have there. Because we do have to put up, what are they called for the health
Everything's
department?
special, so
The
we can
special
put it
walls,
back to
yeah.
where the original was.
Right.
If someday,
Yes.
when there's
Well,
not a market in that
yeah.
building, we want people to be able to take down the facades and all of that. So it is a lot more time and money than we had anticipated. But being mindful of the history and the property itself, there's just not any other way we could do that. So
Speaking of history, you partnered with the Anoka County Historical Society for some ongoing history tours. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, super exciting. So hopefully some people got to them this summer. We had a couple big crowds out for those. Rebecca's been great at the Anoka County Historical Society. There's actually a link to go to her website from our website, or their website, I should say, and I believe vice versa. But the whole point is that when people come there, it is just I don't think anybody leaves without asking a question about the history.
And there's cool history too. There's original paths that were along the river that people a lot older than we can even fathom are there. And I've been aware of that back when the Weaver family had it. And I mean, that's outside, let alone the history of what that building has inside. It's cool. So a tour would absolutely be cool. And you should team that up because of the 25th annual Christmas tea is coming. You've done it for a long time, a quarter of a century, and you're not letting people down. You're doing it again.
We are. We do it the whole entire month. The fun thing this year will be that we will have a lot more takeout catering options that we haven't had before because the brunch is gone. Those tickets will go on sale in October and they sell out. So if people want to come, you have to grab your tickets. People are frustrated often that they don't hear about it till the last second and then they can't get a ticket. So get your tickets right away. Last year we closed out the year with over 2,300 people on a wait list.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, so it's October. If somebody wants to get signed up for that, somebody wants to learn more about the Mad Hatter, how do they get information?
Sure. So the best place is, of course, our website, madhatteranoka.com. That is a better resource than calling. But if you need to call us, it's 763-422-4160. I think everybody knows where we're located, and if you don't, you'll figure it out.
You will,
Yeah.
because you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. Yeah.
Liz and Tim Koch, Mad Hatter. Hey, congratulations. Boy, it's the next chapter of the book that is The Mad Hatter is in play. We wish you nothing but luck in all of that adventure. And will you come back sometime in 25 and let's find out what's
Absolutely.
happening at the Mad Hatter?
Absolutely.
Great. You guys
Absolutely.
take care.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate
All
it.
right,
Thank you, Pete.
we are taking a break. When we do, we're going to wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned.